Beyond physical pain, though, lies an even more silent form of suffering, moral injury resulting from institutional betrayal. MP Richards alluded to this on Thursday when he mentioned the concept of sanctuary trauma. I refer here to pain that arises when the institution in which one has vested one's loyalty, identity, and integrity itself becomes a source of pain. I ask you a simple question. How would you feel if, for over 2 years, your name were on a monument among those of the dead, while your comrades who did fall in battle were not even listed? It's a disgrace. It's also a betrayal by the institution. It's a moral wound that haunts us every day. An organization claiming to guard the well-being of veterans and their families cannot afford to remain silent in the face of such an injustice. It must act in a trauma-sensitive manner with true accountability, responsibility, and compassion. Because suicide prevention depends on more than mental health, you see. It begins with recognition, reparation, and basic respect for human dignity. If we truly intend to prevent suicide among veterans, we must acknowledge that physical and psychological suffering, moral injury, and institutional betrayal are intimately linked to it. Until we address these root causes, we will continue to lose lives that could have been saved. I would say that institutions become a problem when they set aside their primary mission, which is to protect, to accompany, and to repair when that is necessary. They stop doing that when they are more concerned about procedures than they are by the person. When administrative issues are focused on and the person is not. And also when responsibility is laid on the shoulders of the person suffering. And where is the institution's responsibility in such situations? There are so much red tape, and others have spoken to this as well. There's the ever-present threat of cutting benefits. People forget to really evaluate the impact of policies, and it becomes a real moral wound and a lack of responsibility is what I've observed. Lack of surveillance and monitoring of practices. Partnerships are announced, but there's not much follow-up evaluation of the effect of these undertakings or even accounting to see whether these approaches really improve veterans' lives. Without transparency, without follow-up, everyone loses trust in the process, and this leads to suicide. How can we overcome suicide if the system itself is contributing to the suffering that leads to it, especially women veterans? It was an honor, of course, to be asked to sit as a member on the Veterans Council, the purpose of which is to advise the minister directly. Yes, I would say that we are respected and taken seriously by our support personnel. But beyond that, well, it remains to be seen. When it comes to government-level management, we are not respected. We don't have tools, and we're not taken seriously as much as a council at the ministerial level should be. We've been fighting for 2 years now merely to have enough elbow room to make good on our mandate. We have no budget, we have no dedicated resources, we have no access to the minister whom we're supposed to be advising, and no real voice to have an effect